Alrighty, Iron's got another 10 minutes, and then after his courtesy, we shall begin with 3.
I spent all my credits.
Yeah, I think I have like 12 left or something.
I have 119 because I spent it all on things.
Oh, that's fine. You need things. Plus, 119 is plenty to get fast food.
Oh no, I have about 15,000. Because I'm saving it for my second Aeon Stone.
I don't know how to save money. I only spend. My backpack is full of drugs, grenades, and missiles.
Oh, God. Starfinder is so neat. Oh, do you like your hover van? Your minivan?
I thought that was the funniest thing ever.
It's cute.
You guys have ownership of it. You can drag it out to the map anytime. I think I gave you guys permissions. If not, I will give you permissions right now. It seats 8.
I can't imagine it's terribly comfortable to be in, but
Yeah, so I wanted to take the middle hump seat.
I think it's fine.
I'm driving.
Yep. You can create tokens, so you should be fine.
Do I even have piloting? I don't think I do. Oh, I do. We're good. Just Rex is like, no one drives. Give me the keys.
Perpetually drunk man driving. I don't think that's a good idea.
Just like Ohio.
Oh no. No.
It's fine. This thing's labeled as a bus, so it doesn't require a licensure.
Wait, is that true?
There's a lot of buses that don't require license, yeah.
It's just
because they usually have a set path.
Yeah. And like you need training to be able to and like I don't think most people can just buy a whole bus.
I've definitely been forced to drive a bus for work before, and I had no idea what I was doing.
Bruh. Why?
Military.
That tracks.
They're just like, here, drive it. And everyone's like, go faster, go faster. I had
What?
that thing like, hey, yeah.
Oh my God. Oh.
This is the fucking A train.
How could you even begin to ask one of your subordinates, hey, drive the bus?
Easy. They throw you the keys. Yo, fuck face. You're driving. That's usually how it goes.
Oh my God.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yep.
Well, it's not looking good. He might have succumbed to the sickness, but I will give him another 8 minutes of courtesy. In the meantime, I believe I had some homework for you children.
Yeah. Big accomplishment and a failure, right?
Correct, because you have had quite the career in the Starfinder Society. And I've even picked out your faction and who assigned you this mission.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It's all under player information within the journal entry. You should have access to everything, including some commonly asked questions about this adventure. That way, in case you ever get lost, you can take a look over there and, get some key information. I also took the liberty of adding some crib notes just in case, and some hyperlinks, so you can get information on the fly. Anything else will require a knowledge check, but I trust you guys. So,
Who is or does it describe languages that would be good to know?
well, you have the Veskarium and the Azlanti. I would say Azlant and Vesk.
Okay. So I have 2 more after that.
That I cannot help you with. You are welcome
Okay.
to take any common language.
Any common language, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Vesk Azlanti.
And while you're doing that, who wants to go first for their biggest failure and biggest accomplishment within the Starfinder Society, so we can get to know a little bit more about your level 10 character and who exactly they are?
Someone who isn't me. Go.
I guess I can go. So Rex, his biggest failure is probably long ago, where he had a bunch of recruits. He was always training people, and he thought he trained these guys well, and ended up where not only did he lose them, but also the mission they were on was very close to him, and he wasn't able to go on to it because he was pretty much blacked out drunk, and that's why he's kind of succumbed to he's stayed with the society all these years just because he feels like he needs to at least get back to it, but he's always had problems with himself. And I guess his greatest accomplishment at this point is the fact that he's still kept up physically, but still he's a little broken. And
Tortured soul.
yeah, so he's been there, done that, but he wishes he hadn't.
Good, good. I like that. It's something to build on. Who would like to go next?
Flower Petal has many regrets, but also many triumphs. My favorite triumph was that I've been able to communicate with past Brathu colonies through my meditation into the spirit realm. I've been able to uncover a lot of lost knowledge. However, my biggest failure was that I have tapped too deeply into the spirit realm and destroyed a town as it unleashed malevolent spirits back into this universe.
Oh dear. And what were the repercussions for the destruction of that town?
Mostly I have been turned into an individual, unable to join a larger colony myself. And so I have dedicated myself to seek my own spiritual enlightenment.
So you've been exiled.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's a starting point. That's good. Maybe the Starfinder Society is your new collective.
Indeed.
All right. 2 very good ones so far. And now the last.
All right, so Vo's greatest accomplishment when she was a Starfinder was back when she was a budding soldier. She helped successfully evacuate a group of survivors during the swarm, like the big swarm wars that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Back in right when they made like the whole like pact world and the Veskarium peace track tree, so like that she was able to hold off like down the hallway, just shooting nonstop style taking a bunch of injuries and like that, just in order to get all these people safely evacuated.
Sounds like a war hero. Okay, okay.
Mhm.
What's the regret?
Her greatest regret was the time where she wasn't able to save everybody. She wasn't able to save anybody for that matter. No matter how hard she tried or how long she fought, she wasn't able to save anybody. Even though she thought she was saving somebody, but unknowingly was carrying a corpse on her back for like a couple hours, not unknowingly that they died on their way over to an evac point.
Oh, wow. That's pretty dark. So, the realisms of war are your biggest regret, then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. We have some good foundations here. Something to start with. Why don't we, go to your beloved ship, the Sunrise Maiden, and, start to discuss what you'll be doing on the way over as you take the newly established drift lane from Pact World Space over to Atuity. It's quite a big ship.
Oh, that's a lot bigger than the picture made it look.
Well,
Mhm.
you've got living quarters, you've got a cafeteria, you've got a little recreation room on the side, you've got 2 cargo bays, you've got an office, you've got a workshop, you've got your drift engine, you've got 2 airlocks, you've got a medical bay, and you've got a bridge. I say that's pretty good.
Is the one on the right the top half, and then the one on the left is the bottom half?
The one on the left is the top half. I
Is the
believe.
top.
Okay.
Yeah. So, pretty much more than anything, the Sunrise Maiden has been basically the symbol of your team. You found it together. You decided that, like most of your missions would take place with it. You don't use the same standard transport Drake as most other, let's say, lower level society members. This is very much a symbol of where you are in the society. You guys are level 10, like outranking a lot of people, all save the venture captains themselves. And since you said you didn't want a handler, your venture captain gave you this mission and this responsibility for yourself. And here he is, the leader of the advocates. Zivgaziv.
Zivahua?
Zivgaziv. He says his name telepathically, so you've never been able to pronounce it physically.
Give it to me one more time.
Zivgaziv.
Zipper noise. Got it.
Yeah, well, Shirin are like that. They do better telepathically with communication than they do with physical communication. Now, this man pretty much represents a great deal of the ties of friendship, the bonds that people create, and the Advocates is more than just a name. This man basically has established within the society and anyone that has relations with them the motto of "We're here for you." And he wants you to take that motto and extend it to the peace talks that are happening right now within Kasheta. It is a system with a red star and only one planet besides a bunch of asteroids. And on that planet is Atuity. That is a port of call where the peace talks will be taking place. And on your journey over there, you will encounter 2 very large ships, including a super base. And let me show that to you now as it comes up. The first thing you see as you come out of drift travel will be Citadel Zilvar, excuse me. And this is a Hell Knight Citadel. It's not in orbit with the ships around the planet.
Is it like a space elevator?
It basically, yeah. It is immense.
It's like a giant popsicle.
Well, you're free to tell the Hell Knights what you think, if you wish to bring them up on communications.
I mean, I'm pretty certain they'll be doing that to us in like 10 minutes, 10 seconds.
They do not hail you.
Oh, thank God.
Neither do the 2 very large ships in orbit around the planet. The first of which is Red Clarion, which is the Veskarium ship. And the other is the Ascendant Paragon, which is the Azlanti ship. And the 2 of them are locked in asynchronous orbit.
With the Citadel or the planet?
With the planet. The Citadel itself has sort of a weird orbit that goes around the star, not around the planet. So it's up to you guys. Do you want to hail anybody? Do you want to, like say, hey, we're here or whatnot? Or do you just want to go down to the starport?
Rex will just kind of like shrug and be like, yeah, just get to our job where we need to be, I guess. Quicker we get there, quicker we can go to the hotel bar.
Good plan.
Sounds fine with me.
Okay. So, as you're going past the Citadel and the Ascendant Paragon, neither of them hail you, but as you pass by Red Clarion, you get a hail.
I wait till the last second before like the call expires to accept it.
Oh no. So this man pops up on your communication screen.
Hello, I see we both have tentacles.
Greetings, Pactward's vessel. I am Voodoo Zant, acting commander of the Red Clarion.
You're not
Okay.
a Vesk.
Well, No, I am not a Vesk. I am from Vesk 2.
You're from Vesk too? We're not from Vesk.
Well, I understand that.
Oh, you mean a second Vesk?
Yes, the second planet in the Vesk system.
Oh, translation problems then. Okay. Well. So, what'd you call us?
Well, I wanted to greet you, coming to Atuity and helping with the peace talks. We summoned you specifically for this action.
Yep, and we're here.
Yes. Oh, well, I'd like to take a moment from my tactical deliberations to, talk about the newborn. I understand that a new god has hatched from Actern within the Pact World systems. I was hoping that you could provide some additional information to me. It's most interesting.
Yeah, there's a new baby Jesus. I guess holidays upcoming and, other stuff. But,
Oh, yes, the newborn.
I didn't download any wiki articles.
I'm surprised you're not more shaken by the birth of a god within the Pact World system.
On the contrary, I find it quite exhilarating.
No, if you just don't think about it, it's good. It's better if you don't think about it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm just hope it just doesn't raise my taxes.
I think it's psychic or something. I don't want it to know that I exist.
Well, I was under the impression that Lashunta were also psychics.
Yeah, but like, there's like a tiering system of like, oh yeah, I can telepathically communicate. That thing screams can warp reality.
Oh, I didn't know there were differences.
Yeah, I have very minor telepathic stuff. That's it.
Oh, well, you will be extremely useful during the peace talks then. You'll be able to tell us what the Azlanti are thinking.
I don't. It doesn't work like that.
All right, can we continue this discussion later? We're in
Yeah,
like a critical phase of the flight, about to dock. Like,
I'm sorry.
you know,
I'm sorry. Yes,
yeah.
forgive me. I just wanted to make a little small talk. I'll contact you back when you're on the planet, and it just like blips out.
It's like, all right, like, this really wasn't like distracted driving, right?
Yep.
Kids. I guess we'll dock unless someone else is trying to call us on our
Nope.
no,
No
like
one.
fucking.
Oh,
Figured
but
if we tried to talk to the Aslan, they just hang up.
oh, you can try. You can try if you want.
Oh, I know. I'm saying like in lore, Lushunta ass is gonna be like, no, they're probably just gonna hang up. We're not human. None of us are.
Is anyone going to make the attempt?
Sure.
Okay. So you contact the Ascendant Paragon, and it instantly responds.
Hello.
Yeah.
My name is Flower Petal. What's yours?
This woman's face comes on the screen.
I
Gre-
see you lack tentacles.
Greetings, visitors to the illustrious space of Azlanti Star Empire. The Imperious Octurne Ziba Uskarnalian graces you with her acknowledgement as you enter civilized space, where you will witness but a twinkle of the radiant majesty, further concealed within our vast territory. As you represent the home system of our own dear lost Galarian, we will afford you amenities. Do not cross us. And the message repeats.
Oh, she is not real. Well, her real self is
Oh.
real. This is just a hologram.
Here, leave that on. Let it repeat so it drains her data. We got unlimited.
You see the buffering rate go up.
The highest setting, speed it up.
Oh no. So yeah, after you start to land and whatnot, you notice that the connection self-terminates. And as you touch down within the spaceport, get your little tokens out here. Oh, let me change your name since you got a name now. Ross. There we go. You touch down, and as you're beginning to dock and whatnot, you see a woman there waiting for you.
Oh, Iron's here.
Oh, hi, Iron. Sebastian wakes up from the back seat once you land. You know those elves in their beauty sleep.
No, we locked him in there.
Clearly, I've missed a lot.
You have not missed a lot, and you're in a good position right now as you wake up on the spaceport with an Atuity. So, Iron, why don't you tell us your greatest accomplishment as a Starfinder and your greatest failure?
So, Sebastian's greatest accomplishment happened shortly after the Drift Crisis ended. He was an envoy with a crew who rescued a ship that was locked in a time loop in the Drift.
Oh, wow.
His greatest regret is a little bit more professional. In his capacity as a lawyer, he's had to defend other Starfinders.
Mm-hmm. Which is very, very pertinent considering the year of the Data Scourge.
So he was defending a man who was to be tried as a war criminal for things that his crew allegedly did after the Drift Crisis.
Oh, interesting.
Unfortunately, he did not discover evidence of his innocence until after he was executed.
Holy shit, that is wow. And that has hung on you ever since.
Oh, absolutely. The last thing Sebastian remembered telling him was that the law would protect him. Not so sure he believes that anymore.
I like that. I like that. That's a good foundation right there. We have 4 very good foundations for these characters. Plenty of opportunities to be had. And as your ship touches down and Sebastian wakes up all bleary-eyed, this Azlanti woman greets you as you're stepping down from the docking bay. And she's got some gifts for you in hand. Several bottles of Azlanti brandy. Oh, Iron, you're a bit too close with the...
sorry.
Yep, that's okay. Some bottles of Azlanti brandy and some of the local fare. As she says, like, I thought you might be hungry after your journey. My name is Zeoman.
Hungry, thirsty, yes.
Oh, yes, of course. Please. My name is Zeoman. I'm one of the Triad. It's a pleasure to meet you, Starfinders.
Pleasure.
Hello.
Seems Azlanti are well prepared in receiving guests.
Oh, yes,
Not
we...
many do that.
Well, I can say from experience, Atuity is much more welcoming than the main branch of the Star Empire. We work with Xenos every day, and I have to say they're some of the best people I know. Some of my best friends are Xenos.
Is that so?
Yes,
Sure
yes.
they are.
Absolutely. Now, let's see. There's 4 of you. Okay. All right. Well, we have accommodations for you. Would you like me to take you to the hotel first or the Halls of Promise?
Why not?
I mean, probably a hotel to drop our bags off, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. We have people for that in case you don't want to do it yourself. Do you want me to garrison your vehicle? Do you want to take your vehicle there?
I mean, I look over at, I think it was Faux Ross. It's her vehicle, right? Her minivan. I've been driving.
I mean, we can take it if you want.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Do you want me to get in? How do I embark? And she steps forward towards the door and starts patting it with her hand. Open.
Oh, hold on. This one you got to open from the inside. The
What?
child locks. Wait,
You
reverse.
You expect children to
Non-child.
drive? Was this vehicle fashioned on Castrovel?
No. Oh, wait. Yeah, and Rex will go in and like open it. I assume the minivan's like been around the universe a few times. You know,
Yeah.
it's a little
Oh
beater.
yeah, it
It's
is
been repaired.
crusty.
Yeah, like it's one of those where it's like nothing works except it runs, and you have to reach out the window to open the front door.
Lysandra, what is that smell? Is that diesel?
Yeah, it explodes. You know.
I'll walk. Thank you. I appreciate the offer.
Suit yourself.
Yep. Yeah. So she very awkwardly walks alongside the minivan as you begin driving it down the street. And you see like all these much more advanced vehicles and these little like hover Vespas and whatnot. Everyone's just looking at you guys.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I also had trouble starting it. It's like ging 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 piece of shit ging ging. Where it finally worked.
So let's get you out here on the streets. As you're going over to the hotel or the Halls of Promise. And we'll put Ziamon right there. And get your little hover minivan right there. Oh, I should flip it. There we go. Much more appropriate. As you're going down the street and whatnot, Ziamon points over to a corner and says, like, you'll find it right over there as one of these people on the rooftops takes a pot shot at her and hits her in the shoulder. Ah!
Oh no.
There we go. Move the van down one layer.
As you see these very, very angry people start pointing guns at you from the tops of these rooftops.
And then Brex will just continue to drink the brandy. Well, whatever.
Not exactly the reception I was expecting.
I was.
Someone's a pessimist now.
I've covered wars, you know.
And as you are
No.
rolling initiative,
Aw.
Mm,
That tracks.
Bar pedal still taking in the scenery.
distracted by the strip bar.
They're taking off their tentacles.
So let's see how we do with the first combat. This Azlanti Dissident is going to target your vessel. And she's going to use her advanced seeker rifle.
Oh wait, I forgot.
What's that?
I forgot to mention that I have. But I'm trying. I have this.
Warning spray. Ah. Okay, okay. Go ahead.
So, my exploration, I'm going to be in Graviton Attune and I start.
Okay. So where is this area fire going?
It would most likely just be going directly at the person up here because my area is not big.
That's okay.
And
So-
they're across from us.
Do you just break the window open with your very large cannon, or do you just you ask Sebastian to roll it down and very politely start sticking it out on his side?
Dude, we just fucking slide the door open.
Yeah, we open the door a little too fast, and it's kind of almost off its hinges a little bit.
Mhm.
It's been we haven't really
It
opened that
bounces a few
side. Every
times.
time you have to go through open the passenger side, you just have to crawl through the front, the driver's side to get there because the door's kind of fuggy.
Oh,
A bunch
God.
of space Donalds, stuff falls out, like cups and bags.
Oh my- The can.
Litters.
Listen, this thing has 200,000 miles. I'm not cleaning it out.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right, yeah, let's
Bunch of loose change rolling all the way to the back.
let's see that area fire or that auto fire from your weapon on someone who they thought ambushed you.
I'm trying to remember how to actually make an area fire thingy.
That's okay. So with area fire, you hit each creature in the designated area with a range equal to your weapon's range increment. That's going to be a cone or a line. So which one is your weapon? And whoever gets hit, I need to give you a reflex save for.
Yeah, it's a what's it called? It's a burst.
Okay.
It's
So
a 10-foot burst.
okay, so you're obviously not going to get both of them. I'll give you
Yeah,
this
no.
one. And this reflex is going to be against your class DC. 29.
Class DC is 29.
Okay, so I'm going to take half your damage roll.
No, they don't take any damage. This is just to suppress them.
Oh, okay. So they are not suppressed then?
Where is it?
Yep, yeah. Creatures in the area take no damage, but still make the save to avoid being suppressed or take other effects your area attack would normally impose. So, as I'm...
save. It's a save or suck one. So
Bombard.
Yeah, there you go.
In addition, enemies who succeed but not critically succeed against their save against areas you make are still suppressed until the start of your next turn.
Ah, nice. You suppress that woman. As this other dissident takes a pot shot at your minivan. I'm gonna roll damage because they did hit.
The minivan.
Yeah. Your windshield takes 19 damage, so go ahead and mark that off the minivan sheet. And then they're going to take their second shot before they have to reload. And they hit the minivan again. For another 22 damage. Then they're going to drop down and go prone. Next dissident. Going to try to target someone within the minivan. So, Sebastian, you will be gaining a +4 to AC for full cover.
Okay.
So I'm going to... Would you like to add the +4, or do you want me to add the negative to her sheet?
I can add the +4.
Thank you. You could go under Compendium and drag full cover onto yourself.
All right.
Minivan protects you.
Whoops. Wait. Ah, there it is. Effect cover.
All right. Does a 30 hit? Yes, it does. Not a crit. As you see a shot go through the side door window and plink into Sebastian. Then she's going to take her second shot before she has to reload. And critically miss. She's going to duck down on this rooftop. Oh, the dissident that you suppressed. Is going to drop down from the building and put on their battle glove.
I want to use Overwatch. They moved.
All right. So in order to take a reaction, you must first have your turn in combat.
I forgot.
That's okay.
I keep forgetting that that's a thing.
Yep, you're good. You're good.
Oh no, you're fine.
Never think that I am pestering you or I'm trying to be a bother. I just
I just forgot because everyone I've ever played with was like, yeah. Because I forgot. A lot of me and my friends legitimately didn't know that was a real rule until the Guardian playtest came out.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a feat specifically for that. We're like, wait a minute.
And I don't
long for 6 years.
I don't blame you one bit because we got into that Yu-Gi-Oh phase and we got into that what was it, Fist of the Ruby Phoenix phase where we didn't even know how fortune effects work. So you can say that we were the worst group. Yeah, but she jumps down, she puts on the battle gloves, and she yells at you guys, saying like, go home, go back to the Pact Worlds. We don't want you here. No one asked you to be here. This is our home.
I think we're explicitly asked to be here.
Oh, they don't know. They don't care. Sebastian.
All right, so my worst nightmare. I'm playing a character that actually goes first. All right.
You always hold your initiative if you don't want to go yet.
No. This is I definitely need to go first because I am going to look at this this dissident here.
It's Deborah.
Deborah.
You assess a foe while in the thick of battle by observing their reactions to your attack.
So I'm going to use one action to... Well, wait. I did this in the wrong order. No.
That's okay. It's the first combat. This is me testing you guys.
All right, so since I don't have my weapon drawn, let's do that first.
Should have been like Vo Ross and have your weapon out while you were driving. That's
It's always out. It's never not out.
Yeah.
I wasn't even driving. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
I was asleep.
You can't risk not having a weapon out just in case.
The
They're in the
Vesk.
trees.
Yeah. The Vesk
Right, so
mentality.
Gonna take... Oh, there we go.
Okay.
And strike.
Ooh. First attack roll is a
I think you
crit.
killed them.
So Deborah introduces herself and Sebastian just says, well, I'm sorry for what's about to happen to you, Deborah.
What would you like me to tell your family?
And...
You assess that Deborah isn't doing too well, and she is now on fire. Not a fire ring. Fire, Debbie.
Okay, so the one action was with the quick draw. The second action will be to acquire asset, which is going to require another strike. This one's going to be at map.
You just see this woman erupt in a blaze on the rooftop. And a miss.
All right, and I will take cover with my. Wait, I don't have to take cover if I'm still in the vehicle, do I?
You all have full cover while in the vehicle. The benefits of minivan.
Nice.
It'll fit right
In
in
that
next to all the rest of the bullet holes.
In that case, I will use my last action to.
Mm-hmm. Steel yourselves. You encourage your allies to brace for impact or incoming damage. Till the beginning of your next turn, you and your allies within 60 feet, that's everybody, including Ziamon, can spend 1 action to brace for impact. Ooh, and it even has the effect linked. I like that.
And with that, I will activate Lead by Example.
Okay.
Okay, so I and any ally who braces for impact before the start of my next turn will also gain a +1 status bonus to saving throws against effects that deal damage for 1 minute. And that's
Very
gonna
nice.
It's gonna be Sebastian's turn.
All right, Rex. This woman
All
just
right,
put on the gloves.
Rex, drinking the brandy, just kind of steps out of the minivan with his solar weapon in his hand.
Tell your father to
Nice.
come out of the van and fight me, little boy.
Don't care. And I'm going to do this. So it lets me make 1 attack.
Okay? Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Oh!
Oh, my gosh.
So they need a DC 29 fortitude save to avoid being knocked prone.
I don't think they're not. I think they're knocked into the afterlife. Jesus.
And I teleport
Oh, my God.
to someone within double my range, come graviton tune, and make a strike against them.
Holy crap.
It doesn't say anything about map, so that means you assume regular map
Correct. And a miss.
is a miss. But I'm right here, and at least I got soft cover behind this person.
Oh, yeah.
The person who's on fire.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
this
no.
person's down on the ground. I'm like, sup?
Ah,
It's your
Just
lucky
fucking
day.
appear next to them, T-posing above them.
we weren't supposed to get this kind of resistance. And she very shakily points the rifle at Rex. Don't make me use this. I know how to use this.
Use it.
I
Do it.
She pulls the trigger. It just goes wildly and clinks off the rooftop, and she says, "There, I used it. Surrender."
Just imagine the bullet crunkles underneath the gravity that's around them.
Oh God, yeah.
Use it, just doesn't even get close, and just hits the ground.
Just wait till I get up over to that roof, because I can also fly.
Those were warning shots. I'm warning you. Leave. Don't make us use force. She goes prone. Voras. From what you can gather of these people, they are not soldiers. They look like people that put on military gear to be more intimidating.
Oh no.
You suspect one is a soccer mom, the other is the, the local bookstore owner, and the one that's on fire, Debbie, well, Debbie had a lot of hair product.
Debbie Downer.
How much AC do you have, Rex?
28.
What about you, Sebastian?
29.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll also have cover.
So
Normally it's 25.
Okay, so I'm going to use covering fire.
Ooh. One action or two?
It is going to be 2 actions.
Okay.
I can hit that right, yeah. Okay. My thing is 40 feet. And I was like, I can hit that. Okay. Oh, it's 50 feet. Never mind. I'm awesome.
Yes.
Gonna make an area fire.
Okay.
And it's gonna be. Can I finagle this?
How would you
forgot
like to
how to-
finagle?
I'm trying to remember how to make a box. Oh god.
Oh, so you go to that little right angle right below token controls, and there is a rectangle template, and then you drag it out like this. Burst will do. Yep, that one's a circle. So let's see, how big is the circle again? It is...
It is a 10 feet
Okay.
burst.
So a rectangle burst would look something like that.
That's what I was trying to.
Yeah. You're good.
I always end up doing circles instead of rectangles.
That's all right.
I'm just gonna hit it on that one.
Okay. I'm going to give you a reflex save.
DC's 29.
Ah, she fails. What's the damage? She takes 9 piercing damage as she gasps.
And then I'm gonna give that to. I'm gonna give the bonus, the -2 penalty, to that lady down there.
Ah, Zeomon? Okay.
So anyone who tries to target her, like that, at least the person right there that I shot with the burst fired, has to make their attack at -2.
All right, and a third action?
And as part of that, I get to use my primary target.
Oh, nice.
I get to use a single creature either adjacent to or the center point of the attack that I made earlier, or closest to me, which is the same person again.
Yep.
And I'm gonna make a strike against them with no map.
Soldier's so good.
It's so cool.
Hit. As you hit this poor soccer mom with the stellar cannon and deal an additional 14 points of damage, and you see that she's bloodied and just is trying to crouch down within that little lip of the building, just cowering.
I believe she is also suppressed.
Ah, yes, because she failed her save.
Mhm.
Let me get suppressed up here.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to say it earlier.
Oh, that's okay. I should know. I play a soldier myself. Suppress.
They're so cool.
You know what? I'm going to import it over here into items because we're going to be using it so much, and I'm going to make it owner for everybody. There we go. Anything else?
I think that's everything I can do.
Clicky, clicky. Flower petal. You do not sense the will of the warrior, nor these people have much aggression towards you. It almost feels like someone put weapons in their hands. Made them angry.
First thing I want to do then is detect magic. I get it as a first level innate spell, so I want to see if there is some kind of effect on them.
Excuse me. Yes, of course. Okay, go ahead and post the spell.
One sec. Nope, that didn't do it. I don't have it in my thing to cast quite yet. Oh wait, no, yes I do. Oh no, I don't, because I couldn't find it before.
Okay, you can find it within the compendium.
It wasn't showing up for me for some reason.
Detect magic is one of the most basic spells.
I know. It
Detect
was
magic
weird.
is indeed there. Cantrip 1. Concentration, detection, manipulate, 30-foot emanation.
There we go. Okay. I really don't know why it wasn't showing up for me before, but
Possibly you had another keyword still in there and kept typing. I've done that before myself.
yeah, maybe. Okay, so cast.
All right. Let's see. So this is heightened, correct?
No. This is only to first level.
Okay. No to magic.
No magic. Okay. In that case, they are doing this of their own volition. Next thing that I will do is oh my gosh, I have so many things.
Yes. Decision paralysis.
Yeah, kind of. I have to get close, but I'll do that. I will move very, very quickly up to 1. And that is all 3 of my actions.
All right.
Where's the end turn button?
It's going to be that little next turn at the bottom of the encounters tab, unless you pull out encounters, and then you can have the little window out.
Okay. There it is. All right.
Mm-hmm. Ziamon is going to crawl over to the minivan and attempt to take cover.
Looks like you like the minivan now.
It's growing on me, she cries.
That it does.
This dissident is going to spend reload 2 to reload. And she's going to stand back up. This woman is on fire.
Mm-hmm.
She is, first of all, she's going to try and stand up.
Reactive strike.
Okay. That's a hit.
Yep.
As you smack your Solarian maul into her. she's going to drop her weapon, take out the battle gloves, and with her third action, she's going to attempt to strike you. And she's going to broadside you in the chest for 15 bludgeoning. That's her turn.
Ooh, that was pretty good. I'm next.
Oh god! I'm burning! It's still burning. This woman who was knocked to the ground and you teleported away from, she's going to spend an action to get back up. And very wearily, she's going to look at this man, or this being, and go like, I thought you were a dwarf! And she just coughs up blood. And she's going to take the battle glove, and with her second action, attempt to punch Flower Petal. Miss. She's just too disoriented from being on the ground and knocked silly. And her third action. Another miss. It seems she is suffering from vertigo. Sebastian.
All right. Let's see.
From what you can tell, these people are incredibly uncoordinated. It's like they didn't have a plan other than let's just scare them.
Oh, these poor, poor summer children. Well, seems we're handing out lessons today.
My lesson is in fire safety, Deborah says.
Let's see. Who can I see besides? 1, 2. Well, sorry, Deborah. Sebastian is going to take another shot at Deborah from cover.
I see measurements going out. I see measurements.
Don't worry about it.
Oh my god.
Oops.
That's okay. A 37 does not crit her. You missed a crit by 1 because she stood up.
Oh. Darn.
So it's a hit.
All right.
As you do more fire damage to this poor woman.
All right. And Sebastian is going to... Sebastian's going to move out of the ship.
Okay.
I can take my just full movement then.
Yep.
Uh,
Unless you want to say the minivan is difficult terrain with all the bottles and all the space McDonald's and stuff.
It's only getting in and getting out. It makes it easier.
But yeah,
Let's
you've
see,
got your
let's-
full range of movement.
yeah, Sebastian's just going to move behind the door for no reason in particular.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing double. That was some hit.
All right, and I too am having the option paralysis.
This is the trouble with having an extremely powerful character in a TTRPG. When you establish a routine in combat, it becomes much easier.
So, still targeting Deborah. Sebastian's gonna attempt to demoralize her.
Okay. Okay. Woman you made on fire. Sure. You get a +2 circumstance bonus to that.
All right.
I like how now is when you're like, afterwards, I lay on fire. Can you please stop?
+2 circumstance bonus and.
All right, so that's a 31 against her will DC. You critically succeed, and she becomes frightened too.
Right, that is all 3 of Sebastian's actions, so that is Sebastian's turn.
Okay. Rex.
Oh, Rex is just maniacally laughing right now
Oh, God.
as he flies over here in black holes.
Oh, no.
He's gonna pull them all off the edge that he can.
Oh,
Oh my
my
God.
He
God.
can choose the target, so he's gonna
Yeah,
select
that one.
all the 3 enemies in range, so they need to do that fortitude save. That's a crit fail.
Oh, no.
That's another crit fail.
Ah!
It's another crit fail. So double this, and they get pulled 30 feet towards me. But we're flying. So
Correct.
some
Yeah.
fall.
Yep. They all fall. All right, so those were crit failures, you say?
Yep.
All right, so let's see. First, I'm going to do the double damage. Then I have to do an additional 25 damage for when they drop to the ground. She is at 5 HP. Gonna target this one. Do the double damage. Gonna do the 25 damage. Oh god, it hurts. Do this one, the double damage. And then the 25 as you hear Debbie expire, cracking her spine down onto the ground as she just collapses into a lump. And the fire overtakes her.
That is it for my turn.
She drops her weapons and says, "I surrender!"
Okay.
I'm going to remove her from initiative. Voras!
Yippee! I am going to.
Rex is a maniac.
We love Rex. He's a broken man.
He broke other people.
He's looking for parts to help himself.
They were not the one. I am going to once again make an area fire, covering fire. With
Okay.
the 2 action one.
Mm-hmm. And where are we placing it?
It's gonna be on Rex.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll say that gets it. Yeah, I'll say that gets everybody because they're on the ground and he's kind of up in the air.
But it's okay, because my bombard lets me ignore him.
Oh, nice. All right, so I need to give you a reflex for that one and a reflex for that one.
They
30.
both succeed.
Okay. I'll be taking half of your damage.
And they're both suppressed. I mean,
Well-
they still are suppressed. They just keep the suppression.
I have bad news for you. One of them is suppressed forever.
I was about to say, that's a permanent suppress. That's a win.
As this one, who laid down her weapons, yells, I already surrendered! Wait! You know?
It's just shrapnel, honey. Don't worry. It'll hurt more when they pull it out of you.
No.
And that's it.
Okay. Flower petal.
They surrendered. I'm not gonna hurt them anymore.
One surrendered.
Okay.
Just
I think
this
that's
one.
the last one surrendered that I can see. I don't know the other person fully is over there.
So this person is still
Mm-hmm.
bad.
She saw everything that happened to her fellows, and she still has gun in hand.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to have my little guy start flying towards her. As you guys see a headless minion, which some people might recognize their face if they're studying history, as Barzillai Thrune. He rolls 25 feet. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And has spell casting. Where he will cast. What was this one I just took? Soul Surge.
Okay.
Let's see. I need to put it in my first rank or second rank slot.
Mm. It's going to be attack roll against him.
Mm-hmm. So I don't see a attack roll with this. Let's see. Your familiar can cast a spell once per
I see the attack roll
spell
right there in
attack
chat.
modifier. No. I was trying to figure out if it had its own attack
Nope,
modifier.
it's always yours.
Okay. The attack. Nope.
All right, and that is a miss from the Soul Surge.
That's all for me.
Okie dokie. Clicky clicky.
Oh, right. Counter. Intern.
Yeah. This woman is going to crawl inside of the minivan and just be there on the floor right next to Voras's boots going like, my God, what is happening on the streets? We are a peaceful community. This should not be happening. All right. This dissident had reloaded, and she's completely still intent. She's going to aim at Rex and say, like, die, you Xeno scum.
She does have a -2. I'm not sure if I from the what's it called? I was making sure. I forgot to mention it actually.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Oh no, it was just the -2 to the attack roll from the covering fire. I forgot to point that part out specifically.
So it is a -6 instead of a -4, and I'm going to account for that in the next one. I'll put another 2. There we go. Wow, she has a lot of minuses on this one. -9 on top of everything now. Her second shot at Rex. Another miss. She's gonna duck back down. while yelling, "I'm the chosen one! I'm going to succeed while the others failed!" Sebastian.
Chosen, she says. Well. Okay, Sebastian is going to... I forget, there's no penalty for, like, firing through allies, is there?
Only if they are
Soft
blocking
cover.
you. Yep, you've got, like,
It's lesser
large...
cover.
Yep, large allies and stuff will try to block you and whatnot during a small hallway, but this place is open enough.
Okay. Yeah, I think just to get in the habit, I will step around Flower Petal.
Mm-hmm. You have nothing to say about the disembodied head that came out of him?
I think that's just a mental note and questions for later. And let's see. I think Sebastian's just gonna take another shot.
Okay.
I don't think I can do this non-lethally.
Shoot him in the knees.
So, in order to do a non-lethal strike, you subtract 2 from the attack roll. However, if you crit, and they ignite again, I cannot count that ignition, that persistent damage, as non-lethal.
This is fair. And the one, like, envoy thing that I took for non-lethal, I did not take. Well.
Oh. That's what retraining is for.
It is. I will have to keep that in mind for later. But for now, let us attempt to non-lethally shoot with the fiery gun.
Okay. Not like what did to Deborah. Not like Deborah.
Definitely not like what we did to Deborah. We're not going to repeat what we did to Deborah. Hopefully.
Is Deborah the new regret?
I never regretted Deborah.
You know, in the grand scheme of things, no.
God.
Hey, she fired first. Minus 2. Yeah, there we go. And roll.
Okay.
Wait, target her and then roll.
Yep.
D for target.
Always
There you go.
T for target. Well, it wasn't a crit, so this will be non-lethal. And you scorch her trigger finger.
And with my last action,
Yeah.
another demoralize.
Okay. Is she in range?
Be too far.
Too far? Is it 30?
Yeah, I think it is.
You have to tell me. It's your ability.
It's 30 feet.
Okay.
It is 30 feet. Never mind.
Take
Okay.
feats. Take feats to make it bigger. Be scarier.
All right. Well, in that case,
Let me at him. Let me at him.
I don't know what was in that brandy, but that man,
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna step over towards the ship to check on our injured guest.
Ship? I thought this was a minivan.
The van, you know,
This vehicle is capable of space travel?
Really capable of
From
traveling
one
in
space-
slowly.
from one space to another, absolutely.
Yeah, you should see how it merges into the drift. Or wait, drift isn't here. God damn it.
Rex?
Rexatoon. Rex fly.
Flying is cheating. You get back down there where I
Rex-
can shoot you.
Rex fly again.
All right, Voras, before you can even blink, he's already on the next roof.
Oh god. I am going to shot on the run.
Okay.
Let's me move up to my speed and then make an area fire as a 2-action ability.
Okay. Just burst out of the minivan, guns ablazing. Let me give you your save.
That
26.
fails.
Okay, so I'm going to take suppressed. And I shall take full damage. 6 piercing damage to this
I
woman's
do a lot of
shoulder.
damage. I'm a suppressed dealer.
Hey, you never know. One day when you have that whole group of minions that crit fail, then
Mhm.
they'll see.
And then I'm going to use my what's it called? My primary target.
Okay.
They're still in, yeah.
I'm gonna tap the trigger again.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a hit. For an additional 12 piercing damage, as you see the blood run down this woman's armor, she didn't even attach it properly. It's like she's had no military training.
And then my last action barricade.
With like a garbage can, or
All of our
Whatever,
McDonald's and Space Bucks and Starbies and
Just some
Yeah.
of the rubble, piling up some of the rubble I made with the freaking last explosion in the center of the freaking area.
sure, yeah.
Just a bunch of debris and garbage. I'm just like, all right. And that will be my turn.
Flower Petal, Barthol Thrune has not shut up about how attractive his sister is.
Speaking a lot about how the Silver Ravens are gonna get their comeuppance. Oh, it's my turn. That's
Yes,
why.
that is why I have engaged you in communication to signify for a prompt.
Yes, absolutely. I am 120 feet away from this guy. Yeah, at least 120 feet. I'm gonna cast Eldritch Wrath.
Okay.
Summoning my small connection to the newborn as much as I can. 20-foot burst I'll do here so that it doesn't get my friend.
Okay.
Oh, let me place it.
I'm gonna give you a will save. There's only one. I believe you.
Okay.
34.
All right, so they take half damage.
Okay. As you see this woman bleed from her nose, going like, "Get out of my head!"
And then I will walk up a little bit closer. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong tab, that's why. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I end my turn.
Okay. At this point, Zeomon is the only one left within the minivan as she peeks up over the side to see if it's safe or not, but then she ducks right back down in the passenger like a cubby hole. All right. She's going to stand up.
I hit.
Okay. 28 is a hit by 0. As she takes 30 damage of bludgeoning to the face, she's going to drop her gun, lift up the battle gauntlets, and take her third action. You have no business being here. And she just whiffs in front of your face. Sebastian. Mr. Envoy.
Ah, God, I was muted. Sorry.
That's okay.
Let's see. So we have 2 combatants left, right?
Correct. You have
okay.
1 combatant left and one of your combatants on the roof, so 2 combatants. This woman has surrendered.
Yes.
And I removed her from initiative. She dropped all her weapons. She's literally looking at the 2 corpses of her friends in front of her, and she couldn't take any more.
Okay. All right. So now that she is disarmed, Sebastian is going to walk over 5, 10, 15, 20. Do I have a line of sight to fire up on the roof at this other person?
In movie logic, yes.
Okay. So since this is a playtest, let's try this out since I haven't gotten to do this yet.
Ah, yes, please, try new things.
So, being fully aware that it only takes one person in a group to get information, the one person who surrendered is definitely the chosen one now.
No, I'm the chosen one, the lady on the roof says, like, flailing wildly at Rex.
Well, yes you are. Rex, do what you have to.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh no!
So the effect get him goes to the enemy, right?
The creature takes a -1 circumstance to AC and reflex. Yep. Are you going to lead by example?
I am.
All right, then I'm going to click yes.
Okay, and then I will take, let's see, the lead by example effect.
Correct. You do not need to
Got
hit. You just need to take the attack.
Okay. And I will, in fact, take the attack. T for target.
Yes. You will all
this
be
might-
overwhelmed by the Aeon Throne. We are the superior force. That is a hit by 1. So you burn this woman's clothing, and you see the armor that she's wearing begins to melt.
The move. Action. Yep. That is Sebastian's turn. And click.
Clicky. Rex.
Eclipse strike.
Oh no!
Critical.
Oh dear, how do you end this woman's life?
She's gonna go through the ceiling and down into whatever floor it'll end up.
My god.
And this
So-
turns me to photon attuned.
Yeah. So you just
Yep.
see this enormous amount of blood come out of this woman as she is struck by the graviton hammer and goes down into the floor. As you know, within the strip club, they're dancing and whatnot, and her body just falls there on one of the tables.
Yeah, I'll go back to graviton so I get my flying back and
Combat is over.
that was some good entertainment. Grab. Bring him out.
Mm-hmm. You hear people in heavy armor running to your location.
What are we doing here, guys? Done the Starfinder Society that guess what? They didn't want peace at all, or no, alright, I guess we'll go back to drinking.
And this one comes from the north, while one comes from the south. You see these two very heavily clad soldiers come running down the street in either direction with their weapons drawn, ready for a fight. And then see all the bodies and the captive prisoner.
We are here to make peace.
The Azlanti soldier with the very illustrious cape looks down on the ground. Well, you certainly made a lot of pieces.
Yeah?
That is unfortunate.
Don't fire, Commander Arian! They're on our side!
His name's even Aryan, Jesus.
As this Vesquilman starts to come over with her plasma Doshko drawn, going like, "Oh, you had all the fun without me."
I mean, it wasn't too much fun. I'd say a little bit of fun. I
Well, you
mean,
must-
actually, we have it all in our points of the van, our dash cam,
For insurance purposes.
of course. It's honestly worth more than the van at this point.
Oh, you must be the Starfinders I called for. I'm Captain Vasoya. I'm the leader of the Vesk and the Red Clarion.
I thought it was that weird four-eyed tentacled man.
He's my acting captain while I'm here on the ground. And over there is Commander Arian. He's the leader of the Ascendant Paragon.
Okay. Yeah, the tentacle one said he was captain. So
Yeah, he's acting captain. He said acting captain, right?
no.
Oh, I shall have words with him then.
That sounds painful.
Words can often be painful.
So, are you doing your interrogation out here in the street in public, or what are we doing?
I mean, now that the real people are here, that it sounds like it's not our problem anymore. It's what Rex would do.
Well,
I have.
Rex is probably less concerned with being shot at, but Sebastian looks notably annoyed.
I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts with 3 actions.
Okay.
To be able to sense their motives.
Okay.
So let's see, because I'm casting it at
Oh,
5th
that's-
rank.
Mm-hmm.
They need to do this will save.
Will save. As you begin probing your target's mind. 27 is a failure.
Failure. Excellent. So I roll perception with a +3. That. Nope. 3. And this is a secret check.
Mm-hmm. So you can make it as a
Targeting
blind
them.
roll. All right. So you begin probing the target's mind, and you start to see images of these people being handed weapons by what appear to be very small creatures. And it looks like they're attending some sort of rally. They're getting all worked up. There's a lot of emotions flaring. And then they were just kind of set upon you.
Hmm.
Can I hold one of the weapons?
Yes.
Okay. Because then I take that weapon and do read psychometric resonance.
Okay.
And so I want to. So I concentrate on it and get a vision of the face of the person who imbued the item with such emotion.
Ah.
So-
You see the woman's face in front of you.
I don't see the little guy. All right, that's
Nope.
fine.
They weren't the angry person.
I was hoping they were the angry person, but that makes sense. Okay.
So while this is happening, I think Sebastian is just kind of watching,
Mhm.
but he is staring at her specifically. Kind of trying to get a basic read on her, letting everybody else do their thing before he says anything. I
Okay.
think this gives me a +1 to deception, diplomacy, and intimidation checks on this person.
Yes.
So I'm sure that you didn't wake up and think that your day was going to turn out like this.
We were supposed to scare you, send you back to the spaceport. That's all we were trying to do. A couple bullet holes. We never meant for something like this to happen. Not a
You have to-
bloodbath.
It wasn't really a bloodbath. It was just a beating.
She looks at the
Point to the-
corpses of her three associates.
Points to the
It
bloody
might-
hole on the roof. I think the
And-
one's down there is probably.
Rex just shrugs and forms a solar weapon into a belt. About the same thing.
Oh no!
Well, clearly you're horribly new at this if you didn't consider that somebody might actually shoot back.
I've never held a weapon before in my life.
Why would you think you even needed one?
We were a backwater before the Veskarium ship showed up out of nowhere during the Drift Crisis. The Drift Crisis is over. Why didn't they go back? Why don't they go back to the Veskarium? Aren't they concerned about Vessis and Polaris? What about the Pantra? Why do they even care about us?
That is not a question that I can readily answer.
It's not
Which
a
speaks
question.
volumes. What?
No, go ahead.
Which speaks volume about the ill timing of your decision.
I think about her question about like why didn't they just leave with Pathfinder Society lore.
Okay. So one of the things that is occupying the Veskarium right now, besides the after effects of the Drift Crisis, their infrastructure is not doing so hot. To the point where the Emperor and the shipbuilders currently at the Veskarium are trying to make as much capital as possible to make up for losses, particularly one of the losses of Vesk 6 in the core system, the absolute humiliation and financial disaster that it was that the Pantra have revolted after all this time, and the self-image and propaganda of the Vesk suddenly being shattered by uplifting those that they conquered, having one of the ancestries that they've conquered fought back, win, and continue to persist against them in their home system.
Ah, capitalism. That's why they stayed.
Capitalism? She crones.
Yes, just money and greed.
Not stupidity.
Does that make you feel better?
No, it does not.
Oh, okay.
Well, that was at least some entertaining.
Well, clearly you didn't decide this on your own.
We decided as a group during the rally.
You decided during a rally to
Wait.
pick up a gun and
Yeah.
shoot outsiders.
Yeah, it was a very moving speech. We all got riled up. They gave us weapons. We were ready. We were ready to take back Atuity for ourselves.
You most certainly were not ready.
Make Atuity
But-
great again.
Oh, God.
But this who is they exactly?
Driving
Yes,
force.
I saw them. Little guys.
No, they were just the weapons dealers. Those are the people we got the weapons from.
Oh.
Well, the man running the show, he's just shadows. but his voice, his message is uplifting. A true ally of the throne.
And this figure doesn't have a name, some common parlance that you all use for him.
We call him Shadow Man.
No, really
Shadow
don't.
Man.
And they think they're the good guys.
He wears black armor.
Shadow Man, fighter of the light man. Makes sense.
Well then,
What are you going to do with me?
I'll hand you over to whoever wants to do something. I don't know.
it's certainly not up to us.
We'll just keep your gun, and you go away.
It's not even my gun.
Well, we're gonna keep the gun regardless.
Yeah, I was gonna grab the gun, throw it in the minivan.
Okay, I'm gonna put it on the other person's inventory for you. There you go.
There. And now you never shoot a gun again because you're very bad at it.
You'll also probably be in jail.
Oh, that might happen anyway.
I am going to personally throw her into the brig, Commander Arian says, as he takes out the manacles from his side and latches them to her back, with her hands behind her back. On behalf of the Azlanti Empire and the government of Atuity, I apologize for this dissident's behavior. We will begin cleaning up the streets, and you are free to proceed, he says, as he begins taking this woman to the local constabulary.
Before you go, and
Yeah.
Sebastian is going to reach into his pocket and take out one of his business cards. And he's just going to slip it into slip it into her pocket and says, you'll probably need some representation where you're going.
Brother.
Can you even represent him if you were also part of the one they would be representing against?
That sounds like a bias. Or double dipping.
I am a professional.
So yeah, so am I. Grabs another bottle of brandy.
You are a very different kind of professional.
Yeah. You know who's not a professional? This dead guy.
Oh,
Well,
Deborah! She says as she's walked away. The walk of shame.
Ramble Bear.
Yes.
You kind of went robotic.
I don't think I'm the one who's robotic.
It's
Definitely
fine.
are.
Oh, no. Yep. Hang on. Let me rejoin. Give it a minute. That's not good. That's odd. Yeah, I think Discord is doing an oopsie too. How does that?
There we go.
Okay, I
There.
think it fixed
I
it.
just moved the server to a different one.
Thank you, sir. I apologize for that.
We are now based out of North Dakota.
Good enough.
Oh, no! I'm not allowed back there.
So, Ziamon, as you're talking, is going to take a fire extinguisher and put this woman out because no one else did. Oh, Lysandra, the smell.
You'll get used to it.
Yeah.
There's something definitely wrong if you get used to that smell.
So-
yeah.
I mean, there's tricks and ways. to get
1,000-yard
used to it.
stare.
You know,
Oh, God.
back in my day,
Oh no.
The lore.
the lore of back in my day.
Mm.
It's all fun and games until you're digging through an ossuary looking for evidence.
It's usually how people lose their medical license.
Good thing I don't have one of those. Speaking
Yeah, I
of,
don't think you need
is-
one nowadays.
Is anyone injured?
Yeah,
Those two
Not
things aren't
much.
related, I promise.
I point at Sebastian.
At this point, he finally really looks at the shot he took, the clear hole in his
The two shots.
suit. He's like, huh. Right. I should probably get this looked at.
Captain Vasoya pats you on the back and says, like, I've got a tailor back at the Halls of Promise, and we could take a look at those wounds.
That would be much appreciated.
Well, you're pretty sturdy for an elf, and I quite like your dwarf fellow. And I see you have a Lashunta soldier. She'll fit right in with all the others. And she takes a look at Flower Petal. I haven't seen one of your kind before.
I have not seen one of your kind before, but we both exist.
She's not sure how to respond to that statement. Alright. So, if you're done looting the bodies,
Yep.
I can take you to the Halls of Promise. Or you could stay out here on the street.
Hall of Promise is good. I call bars like, come, follow me. Don't get lost. And as he rolls, it's like, the Cheliax Empire will return to its former glory.
Have you seen my sister? She's hot. All right, so here you are in the command center of the Vesk, formerly one of the attaches of the Azlanti Empire. They generously granted this building to the Veskarium when the Red Clarion appeared as an act of friendship.
I love this map.
It is
All
very
friends
cool.
are so cool.
And poke.
Yeah, poke. Ah, you've noticed the Ascendant Paragon, have you? Quite the ship, isn't she?
It looks honestly, it just looks like a gun.
It is a gun. It is a very, very big gun.
I love making it tell that the different design ethos between the two different groups of people.
Mm-hmm. I like visually displaying things like that. That way the players can see it for themselves.
Sleek, ergonomic versus kill.
Rex just starts pushing some buttons.
Oh, did you need to use the infosphere, Zeomon says? The password is bread.
Bread.
That's
Which bread?
Bread. You have different kinds of bread in the Pact Worlds?
Well,
you got
yes.
bread water. That's a famous one.
I'm not familiar with that one. I didn't even know it was a drink where you came from.
It's where you put yeast with some hops and let it kind of ferment.
Ah.
Like bread.
Oh, you are indicating alcohol. Ah, a joke. Yes. Dwarven humor.
Yeah, or science, I guess.
Well, you're free to take a look around while we begin the peace talks, but allow me to introduce you to the other two members of the Triad, as Sarka and Encantus come over. Now, I know what you're thinking. The Azlanti Empire isn't exactly known for being as diverse as Atuity, but we like to think of ourselves as a little different. And she'll gesture over to Encantus. And then to Sarka. As you can see, we are very diverse government here. And everyone's input is held equally.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
If you have any questions, please ask us. We're happy to take you on a tour.
I mean, sure, we'll go. But can we get our bags dropped off first?
Oh, yes, of course. I have people for that.
Of course you do.
They
Yeah.
have people for that.
Oh, don't you? The Starfinders have servants, don't they?
No, we
What
just do our own stuff because we're kind of independent and yeah, we just do our own stuff.
I don't understand. I thought you had androids at the Society.
Yeah, they work. Like, to get paid. And they're also agents, I guess.
Pay? You pay? She coughs. You pay your androids?
Yeah, we're better than you.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you can be excused.
What he meant was that our way of doing things is considered something of a branched evolution.
Oh. Well, evolution is a topic we know a lot about here on Atuity, thanks to the jungle. We get a lot of research done thanks to all the flora here. Life lives and dies fast.
Really?
Yeah, we
I
saw
would
that today.
I would love to hear more about that. Sebastian says, wildly changing the subject away from Rex insulting them.
So you can see the notches on the inside of this Vesk skull means that they're more bestial.
Oh my god.
Count the rings on this Azlanti person. See how old they are.
Well, here you go. And she hands Sebastian a chlorophyll serum. This is one of the products that we make.
Ooh.
Now, you're probably wondering, how do we get biotech this good so fast? Well, I can tell you, we have some of the best researchers in the entire galaxy right here on Atuity. People from all over are not going to only come for the drift lane, they're going to come here to do their research. And I really feel like the scientists are going to be the bigger boon. That's my personal opinion, anyway.
I see. Forgive my bluntness, but these peace talks that we're supposed to be participating in.
Yes.
It might be the firefight that kind of rattled me a little bit, but what exactly are we supposed to be negotiating here?
Well, all the negotiations have taken place already. What you're in right now is the finalization stages of the peace talks. We're going to have 2 days of deliberation, going over the treaty itself before we cast it as finalized. And on day 2, once things are finally set to rest, we'll be doing the official signing between the two parties, the Veskarium and the Azlanti Empire.
I see. Well, my immediate concern is that there are clearly people who do not want to see this happen.
I I witnessed that firsthand as well, and I apologize for that. You have to understand, we were, and she'll look over to, Sakara, and they're going to step forward and say, as an industrialist, he begins, we were never in a position where this small colony was going to be considered a linchpin between two of the most powerful empires in the known galaxy. We are sorely not prepared. That's part of what the peace talks are for as well. We would like to extend more invitations to people. We would like better infrastructure. Obviously, you have seen that security, even with the Red Clarion and the Ascendant Paragon here, is an issue. To which Commander Aaron is going to shoot a very dirty look over to her. And also, Captain Vasoya is going to shoot a dirty look. Now, in terms of production, I can tell you that all biotech manufactured within Atuity takes only 1/4 of the time that it takes everywhere else. We are going to become one of the galaxy's primary distributors of serums. And who knows? Maybe our biotechs will one day join the ranks of the Starfinders.
That would be interesting. Is that because of the productivity of the scientists or some other resource that we aren't aware of?
I can facilitate that question, and Incantus will come forward. You see, the ancient lichen forest is incredibly fertile. We are literally on a cosmic land where there are no shortages of research or resources. Food itself regrows within a day's time, so we never want for food, and the research of rare plants is incredibly stimulated here. So we are able to get much more of a yield in less of the time. We have even taken samples from other worlds and transplanted them here within our biotech facilities. We'd be happy to give you a tour sometime.
I would
might
be up
actually
for a
like-
tour. I
might
like to
actually
see
like
new
to-
places.
Agreed.
I'll go. I'm keeping the gun with me.
I don't blame you, the Pantra says as he passes you by to go get some coffee. So, anything else? I mean, we do apologize once again for the distraction that occurred.
Oh, it's no trouble at all.
Oh, but look at me prattle on. You're wounded and your clothes are disheveled. Let's get that looked at. And she's going to have one of her attendants come over and treat your wounds and patch up your armor and your suit. And that goes for you and Rex.
Okay. I think Sebastian is just putting on a very brave and not stoic. What's the word I'm looking for? He's very nonplussed about being shot.
Yeah,
Not-
getting shot's not too bad, but
Nonchalant.
There you go. That's it.
Okay. So she clasps her hands together. Would you care to get started? Would you like to have lunch first?
yeah, food sounds fun.
Okay.
Yes, he probably needs something to soak up all the alcohol.
So she'll invite you to sit down at the break table, and she'll have some takeout food brought for you. Some delicacies of the jungle, particularly very sharp, tangy fruit, very fatty meats from the creatures that they keep and corral here, feeding them the lichen from the forest. Some Azlanti staples, as well as some Vesk food as well. There's sort of a Azlanti Vesk infusion food going on here.
Fucking Rex is gonna start chowing down.
Yep. Don't forget to bring yourself back up to full. And while you're eating, you can start to hear some of the Veskarian agents very loudly grumbling.
What are they grumbling
Nice.
about? Because I'm probably grumbling too about some things.
They're saying something about concessions. It seems whatever's going to happen at these peace talks, the Vesk are already riled up and in a position where they don't feel like they're being treated fairly or equally. And you can see a couple of them on the infosphere just doing very unprofessional things with their time, let us say.
At least they're more normal than the Azlanti people.
Yeah, one of the Vesk agents has like a gun website up on, and he's making like a custom rig. He's completely tuned out.
That guy's playing Galaga in the background.
Yeah, and they will wait for you to finish, or for those of you who take longer, you are welcome not to participate within the peace talks. There is no penalty for sitting out. And to facilitate
Surely
this,
everyone will want Rex in the peace talks.
yeah, they want
Him drunker.
they want all of you if they can get you. So I've opened up negotiations day 1, so I'm going to make the Halls of Promise open up for you as well, so you can flip back and forth between the two. Whichever works for you in terms of visualization, and how we'll do the little influence subsystem that goes along with it.
Okay.
All right. And the first thing that's going to happen is the thing that the Veskarium was grumbling about so much. The first thing that's going to come up is the bargaining phase of the finalization. For those of you over on the negotiations day 1, you can attempt a deception, diplomacy, or intimidation check and use your social skills to talk through some of the treaty's trickier points. Because as you understand it, 7 drift beacons emerged within Atuity, forming this drift lane. And right now, the Azlanti Empire is trying to claim a jurisdiction over them, completely locking the Vesk out.
That doesn't sound very nice.
Are we supposed to see stuff on negotiations day 1?
There should be a little thing that says bargaining.
Yeah, there's no visibility if there's no tokens.
Oh, sorry about that. I will fix that. Thank you for letting me know.
Mhm.
Better?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Deception, diplomacy, or intimidation.
Mm-hmm.
So we're here as neutral parties in this, right?
You are witnesses. So yes, you are neutral.
Okay.
But an extra set of eyes helps. That's why the Veskarium asked for the Pact World to send representation, and the Pact World chose to send the Starfinders.
I will freely let somebody else go first.
I am very bad at talking.
You guys don't want Rex to speak.
Oh God. Okay. Well,
I can try to discover.
If only one of us was a lawyer or something.
if only.
Hey, they'll listen to a fellow soldier too. Intimidation is on there.
Well, his would say just fight it out, and then whoever wins gets it. That's literally what he's gonna say because he's so disgruntled.
What?
Which I assume everyone's gonna be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, it's not really peaceful.
But Ras will be like, no, let him cook.
Like, we'll watch. We'll officiate. Why not just do Bertaris? But then we
Honestly.
can't do that because then the Vesk would win, you know?
We need like a mixed. We need like Olympics to happen so that like the Azraketi can do. I don't think they know sports are, but they can do whatever they do.
Azlanti are very good at sports, Ziaman says. We do very good
Golf.
in the long run.
Just golf. That's it.
Like what? Like what's the thing where they run on horses with the hammers and hit balls and shit?
Oh, croquet?
That's what I was thinking about. I was like, crochet? No, that's something different.
Oh, wait,
All
did
right.
you say on horses?
Yeah.
Oh God, I know.
Polo.
Polo, yep.
Let me...
Yeah, they definitely do. Azlanti definitely play polo.
There you
So
go.
what could I roll to discover?
So there's no discovery checks to make within this. I have to take your feedback.
Oh.
Some things will be an automatic success because I happen to think sometimes player ingenuity supersedes subsystems. And I really like the idea of Olympics being used in the bargaining.
It could be like a good little icebreaker, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But like the thing is like we're coming in as like a neutral third party, so we don't want to intervene, but we're not the officiator, or we're the ones that are like the mediator that ask questions. Like, so I guess we would be asking questions to each side, and
Sure. What would you like to ask the Azlanti side?
I mean, it's why. It's just like why. What's your thoughts for like alien races, like you know? And then the same thing in the Vesk, like why do you not allow integration with different races? And
Well, the Vesk will answer first is like, we're all about integration. Once we conquer a race, they're integrated into our society.
okay, then to the Azlanti, and if you conquered a race, do they integrate in your society?
Zeomon just looks very uncomfortably at the other two members of the triad. Well, see, things work differently on Ituity. I mean, within the Star Empire, I mean, citizens and servant class and Xenos, we're all part of the structure.
Can I roll religion
Yeah.
to talk about the philosophy of how they both love subjugation?
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Ooh.
Dormitosh and Lysandra, both in that lawful evil scheme. Yeah.
All right, let me do that. Private or no? These are public roles, right?
These are public roles. Yeah. So I'm going to give you an appropriate challenge of level 10, which is a DC 27 religion check. You have crit succeeded and informing them that they both intend on subjugation, which is the basis of their societies and their ethos. I mean, how are you portraying this? Are you portraying this negatively, or are you trying to play it off the cuff? Because you've kind of have the spotlight at this moment.
Yeah. So I say, fellow beings, both of you like to take the strengths of your underlings and make them rise to lift your own societies up. Would it not be better if both of you were to lift each other up with equal footing in these negotiations?
The Pantra says something under his breath and starts to sip his coffee again. And you can see Commander Arian and Captain Voshoe look at each other and just like give the kind of half-hearted like, oh, yeah, all right, okay. It's just like you feel like you've really taken the wind out of both of them.
I have that effect on people.
They're not really sure what to say now. All right. Anything else from anyone?
I guess Rex will just like, he's playing with like a little solar little pocket knife now. You know, he's like cleaning his fingernails. He just like, all right, what do you want? And just looks to the Vesk. Just like short, sweet.
We want. Well,
What?
we want the ability to tax the drift lane.
And you want money. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Commander Arian just looks at her and goes like, "You have no right to impose a toll."
All right, so we got taxes and looks to the Azlanti. And what do you want?
We want our colony. We want the drift lane. We want the drift beacons. This is all our property. We made the initial investment here.
Ooh, so I have a fun question.
Okay.
Can I make a legal lore?
Yes.
roll
Yes, you
to
can.
see what rights do they actually have
Ah.
to the drift lanes on both sides?
Here we go. If you succeed the DC 27, you will find out some very fun information about the Azlanti.
Ooh. Okay.
Because this was one of their first colonies.
All right.
Can I assist with Battlegrounds lore?
Not for illegal
No,
lore.
Nope. Okay.
All right. So that's
let's
going
use
to
a
be
hero point.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
Reroll using a hero point.
Also, I think you did an incredibly good job with the religious check, so I'm going to count that as your action this time. So, Sebastian, something is escaping your mind right now. You can't quite put your finger on it, but something the Azlanti commander just said doesn't add up.
Sebastian is going to poke the proverbial bear.
Okay.
Stand up, and he is going to start giving a very closing argument sounding speech.
Oh no, are you going to Phoenix Wright?
He's absolutely going to Phoenix Wright.
Okay.
More specifically, he's going to he's not going to make any specific accusations or anything, but he's going to publicly pose the question of why should the Azlanti have sole control over the drift lanes and the drift beacons? There's 7 of them.
Well, it's our colony.
He's also going to point out that the inequality created is part of the reason why we were attacked when we got here.
That's underhanded. You can't just backhand us with that.
Well, it happened under. Well, what was it you said? Your colony? Seems like you bear some responsibility for that, don't you think?
He just looks like you've punched him in the face, and he just holds his sides. No. All right. Some very good things on this card so far.
Yeah, and Rex, just between everyone, will just like, as he's like, I don't know. I think they should just fucking fight it out. Just or see who has more money. I guess it's probably save them more money in the long way than the lawyer fees. No offense, Snake.
Oh God. So Vasoya is willing to step inside of the ring with Commander Arian to settle things.
Now could I roll Battlegrounds lore?
Nope, because I took your religion as your thing.
Oh, we're not at a new round.
No,
okay.
no. We're still on the same card. I'm trying to give everyone a chance here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the two of them look ready to prove themselves. Some of the Vesks seem more interested in this point at the peace talks.
Well, I mean, to be fair, can they even fully defend these 7 things, considering they had dissenters from within?
Commander Arian at this point is just talking and tripping over his own tongue, going like, "Of course we, it was an isolated incident. This is all very embarrassing." And he looks over to see
really
him.
Isolated? They just brought up a shadow man who's leader of a shadow organization.
Shadow. That's the ramblings of a desperate woman looking for any excuse to blame someone else.
Don't talk bad about Deborah. She died for her sins, okay?
She died for a cause. Can you say the same?
He just looks at you befuddled, and he doesn't have an answer. Do you wish to roll intimidation at this point? Maybe shame this man publicly?
Yeah, sure, fuck it.
Yeah? All right.
Yeah, I'll aid.
Okay, now we're...
the better.
Yeah.
Who's got the better intimidation? So
Perhaps
I have a
21.
Okay, I'm gonna aid you. Well, I'm glad I aided. It's +1 because DC 15.
Yep, +1.
+1.
The DC is going to be 27.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna hero point down. I want to look cool.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's a critical success as you just stand up from your seat, point your finger at this man, shame him publicly in front of the Vesk, shame him in front of the government of Atuity, all the Triad, as the 3 of them just look on in horror as you dress down the Azlanti Star Empire commander, and all the Vests start cheering and go like, yeah! What do you say to this man?
I just keep bringing up all like the security mess ups they've had so far. The fact that they might not even be aware of the fact that there is a dissenting organization inside of their own ranks that wants to not only just dismantle the stuff that they're doing right now, but also attack
And their
literally anybody.
dissenters were so weak. And their guns, yeah, like they weren't even a threat.
Oh, God. So we have the religious implications from Rulelord, and we have security in question from Phoebe and Quade. I think those two right there are the critical successes, and I would have let you auto-succeed on them as well. So right now, you've put things back on equal footing between the Veskarium and the Azlanti Star Empire. Clearly, they need to work together if they're going to maintain the security around those drift beacons. One person cannot be solely responsible for it. They've just demonstrated they can't be. Well, that was fantastic, guys. I think you did a great job with that.
Yay!
So they begin talking again, and things are getting a bit more amicable now, especially when they look over to you guys at this point, because you're basically the refs, keeping them honest. And then they get into another technical snag on day one. A data analysis. Oh, Iron, your mic.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. So at this point, with the declaration of the tolls and everything else that's going to happen, they can't parse enough data to relevantly look at the population and the needs of Atuity. And they need to review the historical and political documentations to ensure that everything is up to date. At this point, an appropriate lore or society check to recall knowledge provides contextual information from the Azlanti Star Empire or the Veskarium, because at this point, neither of them is willing to show their tax return. So kind of...
Are we the space IRS?
You could be! Do you
I
want...
mean, Iris always comes up.
Are you going to shame them once again and say, hand over the books?
Give us the files. What files? You know which ones.
I feel like that'll be us left up to the legal person.
Oh, they seem to be defaulting to you, Iron.
Ooh, that's a terrible idea.
Mhm.
But we're gonna give
No.
us that anyway.
That's something a lawyer would never say.
Sebastian is nothing if not pragmatic.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try another legal lore check.
All right, yeah. DC, I'm going to say 24 this time.
Okay. There you are. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because you had the idea before, and now you're thinking about it again in a different context. It might come up.
Come on.
So, Sebastian, a thought pops into your head. This was one of the earliest conquered colonies in the entire Azlanti Star Empire history. And you remember quite clearly what happened. It was deemed at the time that the resources of this world were deemed insufficient for the needs of the Empire. And it was officially abandoned. Only reclaimed recently. That's why things in their society and their culture are so lax in comparison to the Azlanti Star Empire. They didn't even care about Atuity. They didn't even defend this place till recently.
I think, like, during the negotiations and the discussions of this, Sebastian is just sitting there like, half listening, but he's also got his data pad out and he's looking all this up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You all have infosphere access, by the way. They gave you the Wi-Fi password. It was bread.
And Sebastian is going to stand up, and he is absolutely going to bring that up. At one point, you didn't even want this colony.
We changed our minds.
I wonder why.
Dun, dun, dun.
You have to understand, in the grand scheme of the Azlanti Star Empire, there are priorities, and priorities change. And right now, Atuity is a priority.
And who's to say that ownership of it didn't change while you had, again, your words, other priorities?
I can prove that. And he goes into the office to retrieve some documents. And then he comes back out and he starts shouting at Zeomon, asking, "Where are the files?" He goes like, Zeomon just looks at him going like, we don't keep physical records anymore. They were all destroyed to make way for the electronic, versions. We had to keep everything up to date with the peace talks.
This is why I print all my shit out.
It's also why you store money under your mattress.
I don't have a mattress. I just use a cardboard box.
Our claim to Atuity and the Kashata system is ancient and sacrosanct. It was one of our first conquered colonies. I just seem to have misplaced the deed.
It seems like those are some very flowery and multisyllabic words to mean that your claim is based on your feelings.
Are you accusing me of pathos?
Oh,
Google's the word pathos.
I have an idea.
Okay.
I would like to use genealogy lore
Okay.
to my knowledge of ancient families to find out who has a better claim.
Oh. Okay. You know all about Azlanti blood purity. Yeah, you begin to look back in your knowledge and check it on the infosphere and whatnot. The ancient families that once held the deed to this colony, they handed it over to the servant class, and they in turn did not maintain it according to Azlanti law. This planet is officially no longer part of the Empire. They have as much claim to it as the Vests do now.
Oh, that's interesting.
So the servant class is the one who has just as much claim.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, I believe that we are missing a chair.
Oh shit!
I don't
Rex,
understand.
stand up.
Well, you see, this is not a planet that belongs to the Azlanti Empire. The genealogy is quite clear. In fact, it would be your quote-unquote conquered subjects who have just as much, if not a better claim than either of you.
Well, that's perfect then. They understand that the Star Empire is what's best for them. And he'll look over to the Triad, and the three of them just go like, oh, well.
Was it Rex will basically kind of look to them and say, let us know if you want us to get you another seat so we're all on equal grounds here, or if you want to be side with the Azlanti. But
yes, one of you must have a representative.
They just all look at each other and They nod and
Or we can always, if you need to take some time to talk between yourselves, I know a lot of these things can, be a little bit tricky. And he'll like pull out some of that Azlanti brandy and
Yeah.
kind of hand it over to them.
Yeah.
Perhaps,
So
Hmm.
one of them is going to address you. Akantes is going to come forward and address you, Rex, and say, like, you don't understand. The Azlanti Star Empire is the reason for the Triad. They installed us.
And then they left. Now
Well-
you are your own people.
Well, that puts us in a better negotiating position then, he says as he looks over to the Veskarium and the Azlanti Star Empire commander. And Commander Arian is just looking at you going like, what are you doing? That's...
hence the brandy to celebrate.
Ugh.
Go now. Be free.
I'm just like, what? This money belongs to us?
Oh yeah, they have no claim over you, apparently.
Perhaps that's what we're here to find out.
Oh, we could do so much with that money. We could fix education.
Exactly. However, there is one thing that you must consider. And
Really wanted that Battlegrounds lore.
I really wanted the
Oh, Lord.
Battlegrounds lore. I want to recall like how badly the Azlanti Empire and the Veskarium come after colonies militarily if they're trying to like settle a score.
Well, you know what happened on Pulus or Ves 6. They sent a peace contingent to find out what was happening on that world in the guise of trying to do a planetary bombardment against the rebels, which they succeeded, which they did not succeed against because the rebels fended off the Veskarium in their own home system. As for the Azlanti Star Empire, without the help of the warlords, the throne would not be able to enact or enforce its will.
Yeah, we kind of
So
blew
the-
them all up.
So the Azlanti Empire really has no teeth, it seems like.
And the Vesk have slowly been getting their teeth ripped out by skittermanders.
Fuck those skittermanders. I've seen some things.
They now occupy most of the upper ranks of Veskarium government.
Keep in mind
At
that
this
both
point,
are-
one of the
Oh,
skittermanders looking over from the break room is going like, what?
See?
both are powerful empires, or were, nodding slightly to the Azlantes. Though you have a better claim, both are known for being militaristic. It would be good to have mutually beneficial discussions.
So, you have given them 2 sets of common ground. All right. Anyone else? I think these are some excellent reasons. I'm going to count them as automatic successes. And I think you learned a little bit about both the empires today.
Man, they're both in shambles.
They really are.
They care a lot about this one singular planet.
This is a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Now comes the war of attrition. as you've just pointed out, like they're starting to lose their teeth and whatnot. Now they're gonna bark at each other endlessly. Tense yet surprisingly dull discussions drag on seemingly forever. The situation is as much a war of wills as a negotiation. I need you to each succeed a will save.
I'm bad at those.
DC 25. Otherwise.
That's my good one.
Bro,
Oh,
Rex is
Right.
really good at the.
Rex doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't have the music to his ears. He's enjoying this.
2 crit successes, 1 failure,
Oh, I gotta wait for the dice to get on my thingy.
and a success. 2 critical successes, 1 success, and a failure. So at this point, Sebastian is just hearing a ringing in his ears and putting his head into his hands, just unable to follow anything at this point because it's no longer a legal discussion. You have the Vesk woman barking and just like banging her Doshko down on the ground every time she's talking as the Azlanti military commander is just making these wild hand gestures while he's talking very aggressively towards her.
He was prepared for law, but not filibustering politics.
You know what? I feel like that's exactly what's happening.
So what are you doing to get him back on track? Because it doesn't seem like they're gonna stop.
I kind of want to cast a spell that I have, though I
Ooh.
worry that it would be deemed as an attack.
So, like with influence, there are certain spells that will terminate negotiations and make people hostile. What spell were you
Yeah.
going to cast? Anything with the mind. Yeah, anything that manipulates the mind would be bad.
Vibe check. It's projecting an intense emotion into a creature's mind.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah, that would
violation.
be
That's
bad.
violating.
Yeah, I won't do that then.
That would instantly end the peace talks.
I think. Well, who's the loudest?
Oh, that's definitely
Me.
the Vesk woman. Oh, wait, Rex. It's Rex.
The loudest between the Vesk and the Azlanti. That's
The Vesk woman is the loudest between those two, but Rex is the loudest.
so. I think Sebastian, growing more and more agitated and fed up with like the stagnation on top of the volume. I would like to try to make an intimidation check as
Mm-hmm.
he slams his fist on the table, stands up, and starts yelling for everybody to calm the fuck down in Vesk.
Objection.
Basically, yes.
Yep. Okay. So, I'm going to make it a DC 27 intimidation roll. Ooh. So at this point, all of the halls of promise go silent, and they just turn to this elf who is just out scream their commanders and look over to him as they fall silent, and Captain Voisoya and Commander Arian just look at you in disbelief.
I just imagine he's all ragged, like his suits, his tie's a little like not like all tight as much it was. We're all sitting here like, his collar's a little untucked, and he's just like, fuck.
Oh, absolutely. I think, and in the silence, he starts to regain a little bit of his composure. He takes a deep breath in through his nose, out through his mouth. And he just says, I think we're all a little bit heated. This has been a long day. Perhaps something of a break is in order to let cooler heads prevail.
The Vesk woman says, like, I'm okay with a 15-minute. And Commander
Okay,
Arians,
let's do an hour.
wait, an hour? No, 15 minutes.
You can't shit in that time.
What's wrong with you?
Listen, it's
Look, I've got a
Grab
tail.
on a
Other
few
than
minutes.
just
I've-
vaguely.
I've got
Grab
this
it.
huge tail, and I can still do it in that time.
And yeah, but you're not attuned to gravity.
Yeah, just pull it out.
No. Pulls out other thing.
Fine, 30 minutes. 30 minutes, she nods her head. And let's go back to the Halls of Promise map, which you can just click on. You don't need me to activate for you. As you can see, very, very flustered people and very worked up people. A lot of the Vesk agents are sweating now, and you didn't even think the scaly bastards could sweat. They're panting. How about that? They're panting.
Oh, cute little panting Vesk. Pet him.
You see the triad coming over to the table going like, we should do 15% toll. 15%, that's more than enough.
Are they saying that to us, or
No, they're saying that to each other. They're going like, like 15%. Yeah, 15% of everything.
I don't know if that sounds good or not. I have no basis for comparison here.
Yeah, I just usually drive past the tolls.
Oh my God.
Are drift lane taxes normal? And if they
No.
are, like, what's the usual percentage?
Drift
Oh, they're
lanes are completely new, Mr. Lawyer. We're going to
this
get
is
into
pretty
that next.
unprecedented.
Oh,
You
okay.
are the people
Oh.
who make the precedent, set the
Oh.
precedent for all this
Oh
stuff.
no!
Guess what card
You'll
number?
be in books.
Yes. Guess what card number 4 is?
Oh no.
No.
So, what are you doing with your 30 minutes of downtime?
Y'all know what Rex is doing.
Oh God. It's just like, please, not in my private office. She points over to the Vesk woman points over to the
He just goes to
lavatories.
the closest one.
No, that's an office.
I'm in a bathroom.
Is Arian here?
Yeah, he's right here next to you.
Okay. I think, like, Sebastian is probably still, like, a little bit heated, but, like,
I can't believe I wore my cape for this.
I think as we're, like, taking this break, Sebastian's gonna size up, Arian here.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and give me some sort of perception or whatnot.
Okay, and I will get the perception. Not initiative.
You could do initiative. I'm not sure it
Definitely
would work
don't
out.
want to.
It might not work out well.
Probably wouldn't. Would you like this blind?
Nope, you can do a DC 25 because you're looking for specific details. It's not like I'm going to give you secret information with this.
Okay.
And who knows, maybe Voros and Rex already suspect it too. You succeed. And as you look at him, and you look at Vasoya, neither of them looks like they're even on your level.
Like, as in,
You could take this man in a fight. You could take that Vesk woman in a fight.
that's
Like you're like level 3 in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Phoenix Wright.
oh, this feels new.
You begin to imagine Voy Ross basically taking the Vesk woman and folding her. Like a towel.
I think just the amusement of that thought just kind of like brings him back around to his usual self.
Yeah, but even as an individual, you outclass these two. Oh, nice. 26. He defeats Dr. Doom. That's perfect. Oh, God.
Yeah, I think that's all Sebastian's doing with his 30.
And Ross is just sitting there chilling. This is a lot more. Like, she knew what she was signing up for, but she didn't think it'd be this bad. She's like taking ibuprofen and stuff for the headache she's gotten from like having to do all this thinking and shit.
You notice that some of the drugs that they have given you, they gave you a big bottle, and they were just like, keep it.
Ew.
Drugs seem readily available on this planet for some reason.
Ooh, don't like
Just
that.
they control the spice, control the galaxy, control the spice. Oh, sorry, wrong one.
No, you got it right. We've also got Star Wars things happening with drift lanes and hyperspace lanes. How about you, Flower Petal? What are you doing with your 30 minutes?
I'm just communing with my spirit buds.
All right. If you want to go on back to negotiations day 1, I'm going to flip the other card over. I have a good feeling that you guys have already predicted what it is. You see, a drift lane of this size is incredibly profitable, to the point where taxing it or creating a toll would be a monumental boon to the government of Atuity, to the point where they, now listed as a neutral party themselves within the peace negotiations, thanks to you, can tax both empires freely. You can attempt a legal lore or another appropriate lore check to understand or assist with the creating of legal language in Atuity's Accord, current rendition, or navigate the bureaucracy at play within Atuity's government, the Triad.
Oh boy.
You are breaking ground in the galaxy. No one has ever done this before. No empire has ever done this before. You, as a representative of the Pact Worlds and the Starfinder Society, the Advocates, are in a unique position.
Hmm.
Well, Sebastian will definitely be using legal lore for this one.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why they sent me here.
I think I was more comfortable being shot at.
No, I love this shit.
I
How
have
can you
no
tell?
idea about any of this.
Okay, legal lore. Okay, here we go.
The DC will be 27.
I was only brought here because I've been in the wars.
Okay.
You did it.
So you begin setting the foundation of Atuity's new toll system. And in particular, you're going to make it how fair, may I ask? Is either empire going to get preferential treatment?
No. I think
We just make it as fair as it can be, but
yeah, as fair as it can be, and I think he's going to try to put in some concessions for
Concession, you
not
hear?
concession. No, he's not going to use that word. He's not going
Okay.
to use that word.
Ah,
But he's going to like enter into the framework something that benefits the people of the planet directly.
okay.
Like some sort of mandatory investment into their infrastructure.
Oh, I like that.
In order to keep it up and running and all that stuff like that.
Exactly. Like, hey, I mean, tolls are nice, but maintenance costs and people cost. So
Yeah, I like that. Okay. What do you other three got?
probably putting in, telling them, well, what's the consequences if they just break the contract? Let's put something in there that they break it, then repercussions. There's like a list of repercussions or like embargoes
They
or
explode.
taxes.
Yeah, like tariffs and embargoes on shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
if they
Reparations are made.
yeah, if they go back on the contract or if someone breaks their end of the deal.
Oh, I like that one. Are you sure you guys aren't politicians?
Nope.
I just play one on TV.
All right. All right, all right.
Meanwhile, as he's just playing with his flashlight,
It's like, get that out of my eyes.
you're like, I don't cast light on your eyes.
The only thing I can think of is using sailing lore to remember maritime procedures and policies regarding trade along shipping lanes and
Okay.
see how much of that translates over to space.
Okay, okay, okay. So you begin searching your maritime knowledge, and you recall one startling fact about docking ships, and Atuity happens to have its own starport. Soon to be an extremely popular starport. A starport capable of housing a great deal of travel. Travel indicates tourism. Tourism is incredibly lucrative. And one of the main reasons that people traveled and established those shipping lanes was to get goods that they couldn't get anywhere else, such as in the Azlanti Empire, things that would be considered contraband, and in the Veskarium Empire, things that would also be considered contraband by the other side, much like that Azlanti brandy that has never touched the lips of any dwarf before.
Cool. So emphasize that it should become a more open port, I guess.
Open port, Commander Arian says. You mean like hookers?
Well,
Bruh.
I believe that what you corporeal or more fleshy beings, sex work is real work. But both empires have resources that the other may not, and you may find you have more to trade if you have slightly looser regulations.
You want us to take off the contraband?
Why not?
It has never been suggested before.
Yeah, well, today's a new day.
So, anyone could dock? Anyone could use the space lane? At all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
more
bring
money. More people. There are more empires and packed worlds, and one's not even discovered yet, all of which could benefit your world. Why limit it to 2?
You begin to hear the dial-up noises coming from this man's mind as he just blankly stares at you.
Well,
Yeah, you just let him come in free and then charge him $5 for a water. That's what they do at the baseball games.
Aziamon is writing down everything that Rex says.
It's becoming a tourist trap. No! They'll bring their kids and they will be screaming the whole time.
Yeah, but that's not our problem. And weren't we supposed to just ensure that the lane stays open and everyone's happy?
Ah! You admit it then, Vosoya says. Are you spies for the Pact Worlds or not?
I mean, the
Nice.
fucking society sent us here. I mean, you even set us up in the hotel rooms and name tags.
I pull out my wayfinder. See?
Yeah, I understand that you are Starfinders. We asked for Starfinders, but did the Pact Worlds send you as spies dedicated to secure the shipping lanes? Yes or no?
You think they fucking sent me? Hell no.
You've been one of the most charismatic people so far.
There's shit in that toilet over there and no one wants to go near it.
He's just a dwarf. That's how that works.
Yeah.
I'm not nearly slippery enough to be a spy. I just make relevant observations.
You begin to hear murmuring between both parties.
my mother was a diplomat. I've been called worse than a spy.
If you would like, I could call the spirit of a past dignitary.
I'm not sure what you wish to cast a spell?
More summoning, awakening something. But that's just if you don't trust us. You could have a different person talk. I can bring them from any time in history.
That seems highly unlikely.
And immoral.
No, they see dead
And
people.
I pull out Bar's Life Rune. This guy existed before the gap. He's just like,
That would mean his memory is fragmented and he'd speak a lot of gibberish.
and that's exactly what he's doing. The thrice damned House of Thrune will destroy all other empires. Ravenel will be mine.
The Amazon Space Empire.
Have you seen my sister in that bikini?
Oh, I can see it more.
God, that's the only thing I remember about that man.
Only that's the most defining characteristic. It's just like, ugh. When you read it the first time as a GM, you're like, hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can pull a witness from a past battle. I can pull a monarch from the Fey courts.
Pull
They-
up Deborah.
An echo of lost moments.
Oh God, we
Many
keep going
people.
back to Deborah.
Or
So-
Deborah.
So, Veskarium representative Captain Vosoya says, like, I think that's very impressive, but that doesn't help us in this situation.
And what would help you?
Another day of deliberation, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, per diem's pretty good per day, so.
We have talked about a lot of things, and your mind needs to be able to think about them.
Just don't try anything.
Oh, and if you guys do, send better people.
Yeah, they're just silent as you say this, because at this point your word doesn't just carry meaning, but they've seen what you can do. And just as Sebastian was aware, so are they, as they've been sizing you up. They don't stand a chance against you. And after a moment of silence, they begin nodding their heads and go like, yeah, a break. We tomorrow. We will resume tomorrow.
Hooray! Compromise!
Yeah, so the Triad's gonna come over to you guys and say like, "Oh my God, you got great. I love the Starfinders, you guys." Just like I can't believe it went so well.
Did it?
For us, it went incredibly well for us. We thought we were bystanders in our own peace talks.
Well, I, for one, am glad that you all managed to find your footing in this negotiation.
Yeah, how would you like to stay on Atuity permanently?
Pass.
No, I can't. We gotta go back.
It seems like a nice place to visit, but I do have business elsewhere. Not right at the moment, but
Oh yes,
you
yes.
understand.
Oh yes, of course. I mean, it's just a simple matter of we have the means to make an offer. Perhaps even one day we shall have a society lodge.
That would be amazing!
I mean, yeah, they have like what 7 drift things in here. It'd probably be helpful.
Yeah, there's clearly nothing ever bad when Starfinder guys show up. The chaos, the horror. Huh?
Who knows?
Chaos?
I think we've been doing pretty well so far. You know, being
Yeah, we haven't heard
shot at
anyone.
being shot at a few hours ago, notwithstanding.
Well, I won't keep you, Ziaman says. Feel free to head back to the hotel or maybe check out Market Row. There are a lot of interesting shops here. And we shall see you bright and early the next day, I think.
Sounds like a plan, I guess.
All right. So you guys are going to go back to the hotel?
Yeah,
Yeah?
All right.
we'll get some some food along the way or something.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of places within Market Row to get any type of food that you want.
You guys feeling Indian?
What's Indian?
We'll find out.
God.
I mean, I feel like after all that negotiation, there's just like latent tension just built up in Sebastian, and he just needs to move around for a little bit.
Yeah, doesn't butter chicken and naan sound good though? Like,
You're not
Don't
the
know what that is, but it sounds amazing.
You're not the only one, Sebastian. The Pantra and the Skittermander that you saw from the negotiations are out here smoking, pacing around.
Oh shit, dude! They got the Skittermander smoking. Oh,
Got
hey,
it.
Zioman, how's that gunshot going?
Oh, yeah, it's a
Got it.
dermal regenerator. Takes care of everything.
Yeah. Did it take care of the trauma inside? I know it didn't for me, but
You seem like a man who causes trauma, not experiences it.
only if your name's Deborah.
So,
Sorry.
so yeah, since you mentioned the wound, it doesn't look like she was hit at all. There's no rip in her clothing like there was for even Sebastian.
I mean, they could have replaced it, but can I do like a lore check of back in my day?
You can certainly try, or you can give a perception.
I'll do a perception.
I would also like to do a perception if possible
Mm-hmm.
on some sense motive shenanigans.
Sure, everyone is welcome to do so.
Make this one blind.
Yes, please blind, because this will be secret information. And one more person. And I think we'll end once we get that final roll.
I'm just trying to make sure it's blind GM, right?
Mm-hmm. Blind GM roll.
Making sure you click the right one.
All right. So, Flower Petal and Voras are kind of looking at the wound going like, yeah, she probably changed it out or whatnot. And she did mention that the drugs and everything on this planet, they have really good researchers and everything. Sebastian is kind of going over it again and again in his mind, like he got pretty roughed up from those shots and she got shot at directly. There should at least be a little bit of a bruise, even with the dermal regeneration. Rex, she separated herself from the minivan intentionally and was out enough of a distance for someone who was taking a shot at her to basically get her in the head or throat. Whoever shot at her intentionally missed, and she pretended like she was shot at. It was staged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And oh, go ahead.
I was gonna just say Rex will keep this to himself, right?
Okay. Yeah. And I think on that, we'll end for the night. What did you guys think of your first session of Empire's Devoured?
Legal stuff hurt brain.
I like 2E and Starfinder stuff.
It was really fun though. I did have a good time.
Good.
Solarian's fun. I like the class.
I will be much better in combat now that I actually have my spells picked out.
That will help. Yes.
This was pretty great. I was a lot more comfortable with Envoy's mechanics in that fight than I thought I was going to be.
Were you comfortable with the legalese in the treaty?
I got there.
Okay. All right. I think for a first session, you guys did phenomenally well, and I really liked your ideas. I like them more than just rolling dice. I hope you felt good about it too. Thank you for indulging me.
Oh, no problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's more fun than just a skill challenge.
Definitely. So for next time, now that we've established so much about your character, a little more homework. What are your feelings about the treaty? And who do you think of the 3 parties that you've established now instead of the 2 parties is going to benefit the most? And who has the most to lose? Because you talked about those 2 empires losing teeth. I think that was a great observation.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I already have my answer for that, but you'll have to wait for next week. Oh.
I will. I want to thank each... Oh, go ahead.
Now, curse you and your cliffhangers, Quade.
Mm-hmm. You know about them. Ooh.
I want to thank each of you for joining me here tonight. Would you please tell me who you are and where I can find your work, whether on YouTube or Twitch, because I'm sure people would be interested.
I'll go. I am Pete, host of Rise of the Rulelords. It is sort of on YouTube, but it's a podcast. My most active presence, though, is on Blue Sky at rulelord2e.com, where I will inundate you with political posts instead of gaming things, because that's on my mind.
Oh no.
I'll go next. Hey, everyone. Howdy, everybody. I am Phoebe Bane, Galactic VTuber extraordinaire. I talk about all sorts of tabletop games on my Twitch and YouTube, both at Phoebe Bane, ranging from Pathfinder to Lancer to Fabula Ultimate, everything in between. And that's pretty much it.
Oh dear. That's quite a bit. I gotta say, I checked out the channel myself, and I very much enjoyed it. Especially your opinion on those new books with the NPC folio.
That book is the coolest thing ever. I love it the most.
The dating subsystem. Plus the
Now
artwork.
it's official.
It is official. My werewolf archetype will get a vampire boyfriend. I just have to make
As
the
one
rolls.
does. I guess I'm up next. I am Iron Bear Jones. You can find my quote unquote work over on my WordPress blog, ironbeargames.wordpress.com, because I haven't set up the domain yet. Or over on Blue Sky, Iron Bear Jones at .bsky.social.
Mm. And you,
Mine's
sir?
even simpler. Quade, I'm not really active anywhere, mostly because I'm too busy really to put up much of an effort into any content, but the best way to contact me is usually through Bramble here, because he always has my ear.
I would say that you're always busy, sir, and you do put an extreme amount of effort into what you do, whether it is running games or joining me in my discussions. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Alrighty, guys.
Just a simple dude.
I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I look forward to next week.
Bye!
Yeah.
Thank